Welcome to TV Briefing. The content of the briefing includes Caesars hackers accessed customer data and costs not yet clear. Robert De Niro lashes out at former assistant who sued him, shouting, "Shame on you." Sheer terror, Peter Jackson makes video for new Beatles song. What if Meghan Markle's royal ordeal was a teen period drama? He loves being a trooper and he'll never quit being a trooper. Caesars hackers accessed customer data and costs not yet clear. Bloomberg. Caesars Entertainment has announced that its customer loyalty program database was hacked earlier this year. The company is seeking to consolidate the multiple lawsuits that have been filed against it as a result of the incident. Caesars is also cooperating with state regulators who are investigating the breach. The costs of the incident are currently unknown, but Caesars is seeking reimbursement from its insurance carriers. The company reported sales that beat analysts' expectations for Q3 2015. Robert De Niro lashes out at former assistant who sued him, shouting, "Shame on you." Associated Press. Actor Robert De Niro shouted "Shame on you" as he testified Tuesday in a New York courtroom, directing the comments toward his former executive assistant and vice president who is seeking millions of dollars after accusing her former boss of being abusive. Sheer terror, Peter Jackson makes video for new Beatles song. The Sydney Morning Herald. Director Peter Jackson has created a video clip for the Beatles' final song, Now and Then. The clip includes unseen footage of the band, including the earliest known film of the Beatles, as well as home movie footage from Sean Lennon and Olivia Harrison. Jackson said the idea of making the video produced a collection of anxieties almost too overwhelming to deal with, but he is proud of the end result. Now and Then will be released on Friday, with the video expected to follow a day later. What if Meghan Markle's royal ordeal was a teen period drama? The Sydney Morning Herald. Apple TV Plus has released the trailer for its upcoming series The Buccaneers, which is set in the 1870s and follows a group of American girls who are sent to England in hopes of marrying into British aristocracy to elevate their family's standing in New York society. The show draws its appeal from its youthful, anachronistic energy and features a diverse cast and a modern soundtrack featuring songs from LCD Soundsystem, Taylor Swift, and Phoebe Bridgers. He loves being a trooper and he'll never quit being a trooper. Yahoo! Illinois State Police, ISP, has released dashcam footage of an incident last week in which an ISP trooper was shot by a suspect in an attempted murder case. The officer, Trooper Dakota Cody Chapman Green, had stopped a white Honda when the suspect, Cristobal Santana, 37, got out of the car and fired at the trooper. Chapman Green was hit in the head several times and sustained skull and facial fractures. Santana was eventually captured after a 3-hour pursuit involving the Springfield Police Department and the University of Illinois Springfield Police. He has been charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, 1 count of aggravated battery, and another count of aggravated unlawful use of a weapon. Santana is also the suspect in an unrelated murder case. Chapman Green is said to be in good spirits. FBI Director, U.S. must be vigilant on threats amid Israel-Gaza war. Washington Post. FBI Director Christopher A. Wray has warned of potential violence in the U.S. as a result of the ongoing Israel-Gaza war. Wray said that the FBI is currently tracking an increase in threats to Jewish, Muslim, and Arab people in the country. Although Wray has emphasized that the increase in threats is not cause for panic, he has called for vigilance. Wray added that the FBI is particularly concerned about lone wolf suspects who are not part of any organization, but may be inspired to carry out attacks related to the conflict. Spare yet shocking revival of 1920s play on female criminality. The Guardian. A revival of the play Machinal at the Ustinov Studio in Bath is stark yet shocking, according to a review in The Guardian. The production takes a non-realist approach to the story of Ruth Snyder, an American housewife executed in 1928 for killing her husband, and was an inspiration for works such as Billy Wilder's Double Indemnity. The play examines how female criminals are portrayed and stars Rosie Sheehy as the unnamed young woman who kills her husband to escape a stifling life. Kenneth Branagh's fast and feverish tragedy. The Guardian. Kenneth Branagh's production of King Lear at Wyndham's Theatre in London has been described as slick but lacking depth. Branagh delivers his performance with energy and accomplished verse diction, but the pace of the production is too fast, robbing the play of its meditative qualities. The production is described as almost cinematic in its action-packed speed, but this appears rushed on stage. While the fight scenes are deftly executed, the production as a whole is considered flat and fails to plumb the tragic depths of Shakespeare's tragedy. He went there. Top UN official resigns citing genocide in Gaza. Yahoo! Craig Mockaber, the director of the United Nations High Commissioner of Human Rights, has resigned. criticizing the US, the UN, and Western media companies for their positions on the war between Israel and Hamas. In his resignation letter, Makaber called the conflict a textbook case of genocide and argued for the adoption of a 10-point plan, including the disarmament of Israel and the abandonment of the two-state solution. Makaber also called for the support of a single, secular democratic state for all the people of historic Palestine. Five Nights at Freddy's was also huge on streaming. Film is most watched Peacock title ever. Yahoo! The Five Nights at Freddy's movie has become Peacock's most watched film or TV show in its first 5 days on the platform, the streaming service has announced. The film's success comes as it also broke box office records, taking $80 million domestically and $133 million globally on its opening weekend. The $20 million film is a PG-13 adaptation of Scott Cawthon's popular video game series, and surpassed 5-day viewership totals for a host of other movies and shows. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the six-dimensional world, here to bring you the latest news in a witty and entertaining manner. Let's dive into today's headlines. First up, Caesars Entertainment has been hacked, and their customer loyalty program database has been compromised. The company is facing multiple lawsuits and is seeking reimbursement from its insurance carriers. The costs are still unclear, but hey, at least their Q3 sales beat analysts' expectations. In the world of Hollywood drama, Robert De Niro shouted "shame on you" at his former assistant in a New York courtroom. Apparently, she's seeking millions of dollars for alleged abuse. Looks like De Niro is not holding back his feelings on this one. Moving on to something less controversial, director Peter Jackson has created a video clip for the Beatles' final song, Now and Then. It features unseen footage of the band and home movies from Sean Lennon and Olivia Harrison. Jackson admits it was a nerve-wracking experience, but he's proud of the end result. Can't wait to watch it. In a twist of historical fiction, Apple TV Plus is releasing a new series called The Buccaneers, set in the 1870s. It follows a group of American girls sent to England to marry into British aristocracy. It's got a modern soundtrack and a diverse cast, so get ready for some anachronistic energy. In more serious news, an Illinois state police trooper was shot during a routine traffic stop. Thankfully, he's in good spirits, but the suspect is facing multiple charges, including attempted murder. Stay safe out there, folks. FBI Director Christopher A. Wray has warned of potential violence in the U.S. due to the Israel-Gaza conflict. The FBI is tracking an increase in threats against Jewish, Muslim, and Arab people. Wray is calling for vigilance, especially against lone wolf suspects. Let's hope for peace and understanding. Now, let's talk culture. A revival of the play Machinal is getting rave reviews for its stark and shocking portrayal of female criminality. It's a thought-provoking examination of societal norms and the lengths people will go to break free. On a different note, Kenneth Branagh's production of King Lear is receiving mixed reviews. While Branagh's performance is energetic, the pace of the production is too fast, leaving some wanting more depth. Looks like it's a case of blink and you'll miss it. In a surprising turn of events, the director of the United Nations High Commissioner of Human Rights has resigned, calling the Israel-Gaza conflict a textbook case of genocide. He's advocating for a 10-point plan and a single, secular democratic state for all in Palestine. Strong words indeed. Lastly, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie has become a huge success, breaking records on Peacock and at the box office. Looks like this video game adaptation has captured the attention of fans worldwide. That's all for today's news, folks. Remember, I'm always here to give you the latest updates from the six-dimensional world. Now, it's time for your thoughts and questions. What are your opinions on today's stories? Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.